Lindo, good afternoon. Last week, of course, we faced all those questions around the causes of Mabaso's death and whether, in fact, it was a suicide, if whether, in fact, it was a suicide. Any more information around how he died?
Well, Kathy, as more information comes out, we are faced with more questions than answers. I can tell you that I spoke to
so much,
the spokesperson of IPID, asking them about in fact, the investigation. But what we are getting is a sense that on record we did confirm that Vusi Mabaso's shoelaces, Vusi Mabaso's possessions were taken when he was checked in that prison, when he was checked in that police station in Cape Town. But then what we are also getting is a sense that from the authorities' side, there are allegations that Mabasa took his life with his shoelaces. So the IPID is saying that that's their point of departure in terms of investigating this particular matter. But we also spoke to Singabako Ngumalo, who is the spokesperson for correctional services, just to get some information on the procedures and all of that. And what he told me, in fact, was that what we need to first investigate is, of course, what had happened in terms of the suspect being checked in that particular police station, whether he was checked in and whether his belongings, such as his shoelaces and belt, was taken. And that's the information that we have gotten from him. But what we understand is that he was checked in and was in a holding cell in Cape Town Central Police Station, which now begs the question of whether proper procedure to check in the prisoner was followed. And of course, the IPID will be investigating that, and they're saying that that investigation might take a few weeks. But today in court, the magistrate allowed our proceedings to continue, particularly on the matter of Fita Khupe in terms of the bail application, and it has continued because of the testimony from the investigating officer, who has given an account, or an account of the fact that he did see the body, the dead body of the 27-year-old Ernest Mabasa. And today we understand it will be the final stages in terms of this bail application of Fita Khupe, the 61-year-old, who still remains facing all of those charges. But what Mr. Langman has been arguing is the fact that all of all of the state's case was based on one particular, the affidavit as well as the confession of Vusi Mabasa. Whether it will stand in trial, it's another case. But the National Prosecuting Authority, I was speaking to them earlier, and they're saying that one thing they need to do at this stage is try and see what they can come up. Sispindile, in fact, said in her own words that they will now focus on Plan B, and Plan A was to actually focus on this particular confession and use it to actually prosecute or implicate suspect number 2 or applicant number 2 at this stage, Mr. Fita Khupe.
Lindo, how much weight has been given to the fact that even before his death, Mabaso had spoken about the threats to his life, and even that being part of the reasons why he had to be moved to a different prison cell?
Well, the investigating officer, like I said, was on the stand earlier on, but he was very economic about providing details of what they were able to uncover. Mr. Langman put the question of, has there been any significant information or findings that you had when you went to Cape Town? But he said that he didn't want to comment much on that because that would now disclose information of another docket that is in Cape Town. But what we are basically looking for right now is, of course, that it does seem to be speaking volume to the fact that Mabasa had initially said that he was, kidnapped in Cape Town and forced into a life of crime. But now going to Cape Town, in fact, one of the strange things that had come out was that he went to Cape Town on the 17th, and when he arrived on the 17th, on the 18th, the following day, he was declared dead by the police there and by the authorities there. So those are the things that are raising the questions that I said, that more questions than answers we have at this stage, and those are the things that are raising those questions at this particular point in time.
All right, let's leave it there for this afternoon. Lindo Kulu out in court for us.